My name is Pedro Sebastião. I'm the director of hubbing services in Comfone. And it's a pleasure to be here in Lisbon. So I'm originally from Portugal. So it's good to be back home. And I already have some likes. And to be eating all the food, like Matthew was saying. So I'm here today to present one of Comfone's latest innovations, that is the Phoenix Key2Roam. That's basically, we are allowing mobile operators to introduce new charging models and also to automate the reconciliation of their roaming traffic. Okay. So I guess we all agree that we live in amazing times, so technology-driven, so we have drones, we almost have self-driving cars, we have smart lamps, we have smart cities, so everything is getting smart. We have ChatGPT, AI, wherever. And in this room that we work in telecom, so now we have satellites all over the place. I don't know what they're doing there, but they are really allowing now we see high speeds with satellites, and I lost a little bit. It's really a big challenge to be working in this industry. Sorry. Okay, so charging. So how do you think that all the technology, so we are working in 5G and 6G, so everyone expects that the wholesale charging engine should be like this. So a very good engine, state-of-the-art technology that we are handling. But in reality, we are a bit more like this. So it's a rusty engine, so we are still using TAP. That is a technology with more than 30 years. So now imagine a technology with more than 30 years old being used in IT is like being in the Stone Age, right? And on top of that, so I really like memes. It's a bit, the definition is not that good, but this is a meme that everyone has a good side and an evil side, okay? And yeah, the percentage varies from people to people. But here it represents the IoT negotiator, that they can be very creative. And here we have IoT negotiator. Okay, I have this really good idea of IoT discount, but cannot be implemented on TAP. Because TAP is really old, that's why it cannot be implemented. And then the evil side just say, okay, let's do it. You're not the one that is doing the reconciliation of the traffic afterwards. Okay? So this leads to the problem. It's not a fight between good and evil. It's a fight between mobile operators to reconcile the traffic. So this is done every single year, on the beginning of the year, that they have to reconcile the traffic from the previous year. And it's a lot of manual work, it's a lot of pain. Then you need to chase the partners to collect the payment. If you are the one to pay, you try to delay as much as you can. So yeah, it's really how it's been doing today. So the solution for this, so the industry came up with a new standard that is billing and charging evolution, so BCE. And BCE was mainly developed to be used in 5G roaming, and as a feature was also the simplification and the automation of the reconciliation. However, the BCE adoption is a little bit like this picture. So Mr. Snell was going slow, and he decided to take a ride, but he didn't choose the best ride. So it's taking a bit of time. And I use this picture for other stuff in roaming business. So we are used to it. So it takes sometimes some things takes a lot of time to come up to life. BC is not here yet. 5G standalone is not here yet. So in Comfone, we don't like to wait forever. We like to try to develop solutions for our customers. And that's why we came up with a real solution for this. That is our new service, the Phoenix Key2Roam. Okay? So what is Phoenix Key2Roam? So basically, we are implementing new charging models for mobile operators without effort for our Key2Roam hub community. Okay, so we currently have more than 480 operators in the Key2Roam hub, and we allow these from today. So, for instance, to have a charging model based on EMC, so distinguished permanent roaming, M2M traffic, tiered models, etc. So we can make it today already. And one thing, so the roaming partners are not ready for BCE. It's not a problem. It's also one of the things from BCE. Okay, one operator is BCE compliant, all the others are not, so in the end it doesn't work properly. It's a bit BCE without BCE, what we're doing, and the cherry on top of the cake is that we are doing easy reconciliation and settlement. Very nice, but what operators need to do? So I like cats as well, memes and cats always good, work good, I think. So this picture illustrates what operators need to do. So they don't need to do anything. So they can have their peace of mind. All the magic is done by Comfone behind the scenes, okay? So how does it work? So currently we have data traffic only. But anyway, data traffic these days counts for more than 80% of the total traffic of roaming connections. And then we get a feed from mobile operators, and we can process any charging models. And based on this, then we also do the invoice production, and we get the automated reconciliation and settlement process. I believe that the time is now for such solution. So we also can combine, let's say, the old ecosystem, current ecosystem of mobile operators, MVNOs, etc., that target more on people. But on the other side, okay, I was too fast. But on the other side, we can also target the new ecosystem, the M2M, IoT, new players, satellites that are coming to the market. So we can address both worlds. The benefits from this solution is that we have easier reconciliation of the traffic. So it's really a burden that we relieve from mobile operators. And then we have better cash flow management. So it's really good for the financial teams that they don't need to know where to allocate, where to make accruals during the year. And it's a future-proof solution. So it's a smooth transition for the future. BC will come for sure, but while it doesn't come, operators can use this solution. And to stress again, so you don't have to do anything, and it's a really good point for operators. So I brought here 3 use cases that we are using for the service. So we have 2 tier 1 operators connected, so one from North America, one from Europe. We developed this service based on their needs, their requirements, their feedback, also together with a couple of more operators. And currently, we are handling all their data traffic through the Phoenix Key2Roam, and it's a huge relation. And they have a very specific use case, very interesting. Unfortunately, it's a confidentiality clause, don't allow me to disclose it, but I think we'll see more and more things in the market. And then number 2, so another use case that 2 mobile operators decided to put the relation in Key2Roam hub, so they can have the automated reconciliation and settlements. And last but not least, we have the M2M Key2Roam. So this is a concept that we are working with because we want to connect the new IoT M2M players that are coming. They are already in the markets. They have money, so they are collecting pretty much all the revenues from the M2M. But they want coverage, they want quality, and on the other side, We have the visitor networks that are not monetizing the traffic, and with Phoenix Key2Roam, we allow both worlds to benefit from the new ecosystem. Just a quick overview on the milestones and roadmap. So we came with the concepts Q3 2021. Then we did the developments. We did a trial, then feedback. So we collected feedback, we refined the service. We went live in Q2 2022. Service launch in Q3 2022. And for me, it's the real milestone, big milestone. It will be the end of this year, where we'll have Phoenix Key2Roam 2.0, where we'll add voice and SMS on top of the data traffic. And then we'll be really able to reconcile all the traffic from mobile operators. So in a wrap-up, so our innovation, so there's a lot of talks about BC, but it doesn't fly. What we do is that we can happen today without effort from mobile operators. So we can implement new charging models, we can do automatic reconciliation, and how? Thanks to the Key2Roam Hub community, okay? So let's not forget that Key2Roam Hub was also a big innovation at the time, bringing from Comfone, and that revolutionized the industry. And we have now the Phoenix engine, beautiful, state-of-the-art, reliable, and with high quality. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to the Lions. Would the gentleman like to go first, or is the ladies again? Whoa. Looks like one of the Lions is angry.
While seeing the presentation, I was checking, and as far as I'm concerned, it seems that this presentation checks all the boxes, and especially it checks my favorite box, which is value, because it indeed allows the operator to grab some value that currently is being leaked. The value of the tiny transactions that are too small to be charged at all, or the value of the transactions that we are not even seeing. So I do welcome this kind of services, this presentation grabbed a lot of attention from me when I saw the drawing about the Rusty engine, or the picture of the Rusty engine, because maybe it's, I don't know if it's only me, but I feel that we are working in the least innovative of the industries. People are eager to innovate, but come on, we are still sending plastic SIM cards all over the world and paying thousands of euros for that. We are still using the same TADIG and IREG procedures that we were using 20 years ago. And I can say that because 20 years ago I was there. So it really seems that we need to push for innovation. And it is very daring of Pedro to, or it must be tough for him to be doing this job in this kind of industry, and with people like me who keep saying, no, Pedro, maybe it's too early for that. And he insists, no, this is the time. Okay, but let me check my priorities. Extra points for the effort that it takes to convince operators to change. That's my comment.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Deals have normally voice and data terms, right? So are you saying that for the data-related traffic, it's going to be an automated flow, while for voice, you are going to maintain the tap flow? Is that?
Exactly. So the tap is still on.
And how that would
Yeah.
accelerate the reconciliation, and if you still rely on the tap flow?
Yeah, exactly. So it depends pretty much on what operators want to do. For instance, the ones that we are working with, what they are doing is the data is being through the Phoenix Key2Roam engine, and the automation is, the reconciliation is automated. For the voice and the SMS, we cannot do it yet. We'll be able to do it afterwards, but it depends if they have commitments or whatever, then it will reconcile on like you're doing today, but just for the voice and the SMS. Yeah. Or if you don't want to reconcile the voice and SMS, just work with the data and you have the automation then.
Just to understand or to confirm, the solution is basically a BCE solution, right?
Kind of. So we use the same engine as our BCE engine, so it's called Phoenix. And this is kind of, let's say, you can put it like an intermediate solution that we are using for the Key2Roam Hub members. That allows to use the BCE engine from Comfone, and you can have any charging models that are being applied in our BCE service, but you don't need to be BCE compliant. So it's kind of the same, actually it's the same engine that we are feeding.
Okay, so here I have two questions. First question, if me as an operator, I don't have Comfone as my DCH.
Yes.
Can I use this service or not? And if I can use it, if there is any specific prerequisites or requirements from my side so I can use the system? So this is the first question.
Yeah.
The second question, if I will consider this as a normal or as somehow like a BCE solution, so what is the main advantage or competitive advantage you have versus other BCE solutions in the market?
Yeah. So on the first question, so you can use this solution, but the thing is you have to do something. So for the hub, you don't need to do anything because we already have the receiving the feeds. If you are not, then we need to receive tab files or mediation files, whatever, in a separate feed. But it's possible to do it, yes. On the second question, what you need to do, right? Sorry?
One competitive advantage for the solution versus other,
yes.
Players in the market.
Yeah. So basically, okay, Comfone has the BCE service, other vendors have their BCE service. But as I mentioned, so you can be BCE ready, but if no one else it is, then you cannot implement BCE. And this is one of the biggest obstacles at the moment for BCE adoption, because a couple of pioneers already, so for instance, Edge, it's always one of the pioneers, so they are working with BCE, but all the others are not. And if you are ready and the others not, it doesn't work. With this solution, none of the operators need to be BCE compliant, so, and they can already use a similar service. Yeah.
Thank you. I think this is a very interesting combination of, I like the fact that you can be the cat in the mat. And I understand that as being able to use the functionality like BCE and TAP combined. You don't have to worry,
Yes.
i.e. get the value, as you were saying, kind of so. But on top of that, I think by doing this, you are, is it correctly understood that by doing this, that you are driving the rollout of the standard by just doing things? Is
Yes.
that how it can be seen?
Yes, so at the moment, of course, we are following the BCE standards, and also Mauro is very involved in defining the BCE standards. Currently, what we're doing is also based on the standards. When we have voice and SMS, so we have our vision of what it should be, and we'll go ahead with it anyway. And then if the BCE 2.0 standard deviates a little bit, then we can also adapt our product. As I mentioned, if we are waiting for this slowly moving industry to move, then we wait forever, like many products that we are seeing. So we decide, okay, we go with our vision, we launch a service, and then we adapt it to the standards that are being developed.
And you say adapt to the standard, but aren't you also, a question, aren't you also perhaps driving the standard by doing?
Yep.
You're impacting the standard,
Yes.
which helps speed up the process.
Exactly. No, we are involved in the definition of the standard, of course. And actually, this is something we did a long time ago with the Key2Roam hub. So we defined the roaming hub before the GSMA was even thinking about it. And I think we can go with this the same way to lead the early adoption. Otherwise, yeah, it takes forever. Yeah. Mm.
So the timing is right, as we said. The timing is right. The value is there to start allowing for new models if needed. And the costing is not necessarily... What is the costing?
Well, that depends. So what we're working is on a fee per connection, or we also have a package for that includes a certain number of connections. Yeah.
Do you have currently live customers using the solution?
Yes, we. Yeah.
If yes, what are the major challenges you are facing, especially that this is something that's still new in the market?
Yeah.
So just give us a brief about the challenges operators are facing.
Yeah, yeah. It's a new product for Comfone, for mobile operators. So first we had to come up with okay, how we are going to define this. This is a IoT discount agreement. It's where we put it in a commercial launch letter, where to put it. So we were overcoming this, and we were talking with partners. Okay, where do you see it makes sense to put it? Also the wording that we put in the agreement. So that was the initial challenge, and then afterwards we did proof of concept. So we were making sure that everything matched, and currently, as I mentioned, so we are handling the data roaming for a big connection, and I think it's going smoothly. We had some challenges in the beginning, also internal processes. It's a new service, but at the moment we pretty much are ready to move ahead. And I think the real benefit will be when we can add the voice and SMS on top of the data traffic. But we can already have some use cases, like for instance the M2M, the permanent roaming. So some want to differentiate, and then they can easily do it with our solution.
Are you offering this for roaming in and roaming out, or just for one direction?
Roaming in and roaming out, yes.
Roaming in and roaming out, okay.
So
And
usually we have a separate commercial launch letter for inbound and one for outbound. Yeah.
okay, so you do the translation from TAP to BCE for
Yes.
data-related records for both directions.
Or if you don't, for instance, if we don't have TAP, so any feed that we receive, we translate it and then feed our Phoenix
So you
Key2Roam engine.
work with other formats of file, like CSV and
Yeah.
so on. Okay.
We can.
What were the benefits for the customers which are already onboarded? How faster they are, or what did they seen as an experience after they been onboarded?
Yeah. So, yeah, one of the main things is really to introduce, again, new charging models that they could not do it before. We see a lot of M2M charging per IMSI fee, plus the tiered model, one where their device is doing 0 to 1 megas, they charge something, more than 1 mega till 10 megas. So depending on the volumes, they can apply different charging. And if they do this currently manually, it's a lot of work. And to be honest, some connections the revenue is not that much, so it's a lot of work for a few money. And with this solution, they can do it. They can also start to learn how to work with BC, also to think on a very different way. The IoT negotiators, they can be creative again without the evil side to come in mind. So it's and like all the previous presentations we see, it's always good to start right now, because I think it's the time to learn and to put your hands on, otherwise. Sorry, I can.
No.
No.
What would be the incentive for the operators to invest in BCE if you are offering this type of translation? So do you think that the progress that BCE is going to have a higher adoption rate with your solution? Or, I mean, there will be more players providing such of services, and operators relying more and more on clearing houses to provide the service rather than investing themselves in BCE in-house solutions?
Yeah. Some already are investing in BCE, and I think it's a wise decision to do that. Some prefer to wait and see, and with our solution they can do that. But BCE will be, for sure, when 5G standalone is here, you have to use BCE. So it's not a replacement thing, it's a smooth evolution that we can do. It's like, for instance, if they start to use Phoenix Key2Roam, then they can easily be BCE compliant a bit afterward if they would like to. Yeah, but yeah, they need to go for BCE either way. Yeah. Mm.
Any questions from the audience? No? Ah, we have one. Bruno?
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hola, Pedro. Thank you for the presentation. A quick one. Are you just doing it for data roaming or also for other service? I didn't get it.
At the moment, it's only data roaming, but soon we'll be able to add the voice and the SMS traffic.
Voice as well? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
Thank you. Obrigado.
Nada.
Any other questions from the audience? It was a bit surprising for me that when you said that after all this time we've invested in BC and it's not really picking up, that nobody blinked an eyelid. Like, it's just accepted. Yeah, okay. It's not really picking up. But, sorry, Fawzi, you have a question?
Just a comment, it's not a question, but I see the solution, the time is perfect, the value is there. I think there is two things that you need to focus on. Having the full portfolio of services, because handling the data with the new solution and the voice and the SMS with the tap, this is a big challenge. The second thing, you need to differentiate this versus other in the markets, because now most of the vendors and DCHs have the BCE solution. So you need to find a specific area that you can have it as your competitive advantage as a Comfone. Thank you.